S1, but before they were S1, they were called Unity Force Security.
Yeah.
You know, good security for the gigs when they would do a mobile DJ unit called Spectrum. So there was a lot of cats that were part of that. Angel passed away a few years ago, and you know, a bunch of people that were down, they were just there, and I think they were always shocked, like, what do you do? You know, nobody said, you know, and Keith said too, like, yo, come on, man. So eventually, Griff stopped. Everybody walked out, started getting cars and trucks to go over to Lamar East, and Slade, they left. And I'm like, yo, you just left his car at home. He's about, you know, if he had to walk, that was going to be an hour and some change walk in snow and it was freezing. Right. And I felt horrible. I'm like, I'm going to give him a ride. And then, you know, Hank was like, yo, don't give him a ride. I'm like, you can't tell me, you don't owe me. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
So you gave him a ride?
I gave him a ride. And we did the show and we did it without free.
So was Professor Griff that type of dude? Like did he get out of character that night, or was it he that type of dude that'd be like, yo?
He was very militant. He was the one that brought a lot of that like Fruit of Islam type of vibe, right? To the whole Public Enemy thing.
He brought the Fruit of Islam stuff. He brought all the news.
For people who don't know, Fruit of Islam is the militant division of the Nation of Islam.
Yeah.
For people that don't know.
All the little speeches that you hear in the Public Enemy records really came from Griff.
Yeah, he was the one that was more on the nationalist, so that wasn't out of character.
So he did stuff like that on a regular basis, or was just that he just got fed up that day and was like, yo, fuck it, I can't just take it.
Yeah, like Flavor Flav is tripping. Professor Griff's like, fuck this.
Griff has a habit of testing people. When he first met me, you know, Chuck was like, yo, Juice is a martial artist too. So Griff's like, yeah. He started putting his hand in the top door like, yo.
Oh.
What?
Y'all had a slap boxing? You had a slap boxing match with Professor Griff?
Griff is only about an inch taller than me, so he's not.
Oh. So, go ahead.
And I wouldn't let it happen. I'm like, no, listen, I don't know who else you do this shit to. But,
it wasn't going down. It wasn't going down on that watch.
No, so I started throwing some kicks back. He's like, oh, okay, this dude really does know that shit. I'm like, yeah.
So you knew what time it was. So
that's a New York thing. New York niggas would be like, yo, I know karate.
That's the competitor, yeah, but back in the day, we were talking about that back in the 80s. Everybody was like that.
There's a lot of karate niggas from New York who know shit about the fucking.
Remember you told him about your brother? They talk about the dude you were talking about being in New York.
Man, niggas know karate back.
But like, I know karate, but like, hey, you don't know no karate. Yeah. So Johnny, we gotta wrap this up and move back on to Petey Peg Leg. But before we let you go, I just want to ask one final question. Were there some people that are not in the know of hip hop that maybe like, let's say, cause not everybody is in the know. Were there some people that were a little, I don't want to say the word shocked, but that were a little caught off guard at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony when they realized that a Puerto Rican was part of, because you were on stage mixing and everything during so you were on stage during, other than the fact that I've seen, the pictures of the plaque with you on and everything like that. Do you think that people were a little surprised that weren't in the know that there was a Puerto Rican member of Public Enemy? Yeah, at the Rock and Roll Hall, specifically at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee ceremony. I'm talking about.
Well, the thing is, honestly, people still are shocked when they find out. I mean,
there's some people right now watching my feed that are shocked. They're like, really?
But you know what I find interesting, though? That's even, I think probably more of an issue for me. I don't care if they know I'm part of it. I don't really care about that anymore. What I'm more concerned with is that people that think they know Public Enemy, especially these real go hard, I'm black, this is what we do things.
You mean guys with the Afro picks and the going back to Africa chains?
No, I ain't even that, but they don't understand what Public Enemy was saying in the first place. They really don't. When Public Enemy said it takes a nation.
Why do you say Public Enemy like in the third person? Why don't you say we?
Because Public Enemy is not just me; it's everyone.
But it's you still.
No, but he was saying in the term of that everybody was Public Enemy.
I know.
Public Enemy was never the group. Public Enemy was every black man. Every black person. So that's why it worked initially.
Okay.
That's why Public Enemy fell off. When they stopped saying we got to get ourselves in check and started saying you got to give it up, it became an issue. And it was so subtle, even Chuck didn't realize. But that's another story. The thing is, with Public Enemy, when they said things like it takes a nation of millions to hold us back, who were the nation of millions they were talking about?
The black people that was house Negroes?
No, they were talking about yourself.
I was guessing here.
People that have refused or don't acknowledge itself, you guys are holding yourselves back.
Right.
The average black cat was like, yeah, these white people. Chuck never said anything about white people.
That's true. Except for Elvis. He said Elvis. That's not about Elvis though.
Yeah, but fuck Elvis, because Elvis was
Never hear of me.
Elvis used fucking black culture to come up. Like fuck Elvis and motherfucking John Wayne.
I have to clarify that to you too. Chuck loves Elvis. Chuck hates.
Whoa! Wait. Did you just say?
Hold on. He said he loved Elvis, but he hated who?
Let me finish.
He said he loved Elvis, but he hated who?
Chuck hates the premise that Elvis is held as some kind of creator of rock and roll.
Yeah.
But are you saying that I could go to Chuck D's house and find an Elvis album? Could I find Elvis?
What he's saying is Chuck Berry has no. I'm bugging. And he said Chuck D has no problem with Elvis and his movement and the music he made. He has a problem with people saying that Elvis is the king of rock and roll when he's not.
Yeah, because rock and roll, like blues and everything else, is a black-made culture.
It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the dynamics of. It ain't Elvis.
You're paying attention. This is a hip-hop jewel right here.
Elvis wasn't a movement. Elvis was an artist. His record label created a movement. The people created a movement. You don't create movements. Your people do. People that follow you create the movement, not you.
Exactly. Somebody can't pay themselves. They get paid by the masses.
Or we call it them asses. So the thing is, the bottom line is, Elvis just did music. That's all he did. And he was good at it. And he never said, oh, a black man is good for a shine in my shoe. It's freaking myth. A lot of things that are myths. Chuck was saying, fuck that. Just like when the place said, who gives a fuck about a goddamn Grammy? They fucking want Grammy. They only got mad because there was no rap category for Grammy. Because if you had to win a Grammy, you had to win it in best black music or whatever the fuck it was. And Chuck thought that was unfair.
Now, would it be now? Like urban music now? Would it be urban?
Yeah. So the thing is, there's context that's missing. So these people jump on the bandwagon and say, well, Chuck said this. But you don't know the context. It's like the sophisticated bitches talking about black women that wouldn't date their own kind. They thought they were too good.
All right.
They talked about mega black. You talking about black people selling drugs to their own people on a regular basis. I mean,
exactly.
All these songs was about us having to correct us, not these dudes are responsible for. No, it's about us.
Exactly.
There were songs like "Party for Your Right to Fight" and "Riot Star" and "Message to a Black Man," and of course the song of Tony says "You Panic" and those songs that were talking about the establishment that was keeping us back. But it wasn't necessarily a white establishment. It was just the institutional racism that existed.
Yeah, it can't be just based on that, because if you look at like the different chambers of like the 5% nation, they'd be like the worst devils are the black devils. You know what I'm saying? The ones that know whatever. So with that being said, Johnny, your wisdom is always your wisdom is always appreciated, and everything else. And we're gonna shift on to the rest of this conversation, and we look forward to hopefully you'll bless us in the future with your wisdom.
Bro, anytime, bro. Call us in anytime and let us know. You listen to the conversation, man. Anytime you watch.
Yeah, and we appreciate that you tune in and everything. And we're about to get back because we're about to talk to K Bizzle from UC, and we're gonna talk to Simone real quick. But thank you so much, and please continue to tune in. Thank you, brother.
No doubt, man. Thank you a lot for allowing me to monopolize you guys for half an hour or whatever.
Man, listen, you are hip hop history, brother. If they knew how many classic albums that you had to hand in, people would just like listen to anything you say anyways. But like I say, brother, thank you for being a mentor. Thank you for being a teacher. And on behalf of hip hop, thank you for all your contributions.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys, man. Keep going what you're doing, man. I'll be tuning in.
All right.
Peace.
So we about to go to a video real quick. We about to go to the video, and then we're about to come back. So we got, K Bizzle, what's up, man? You want to introduce yourself real quick?
I'm K Bizzle.
Yeah.
From the new member of the UC.
Yeah.
Represent. I'm here to.
Where you from originally?
I'm originally from Compton, California.
Yeah. You kind of have that voice, like Compton, California.
Compton in the building.
You kind of have that.
He said Compton, California. You said that?
Like Compton. How about with me? Every time we say Snoop Dogg's voice, we get like.
Snoop Dogg from Compton.
Hey, so K Bizzle, if you don't mind, like, what is your nationality?
I am
I am Ethiopian and Puerto Rican.
Okay, all right, Ethiopian. That's what's up. Because Ethiopian being African, Ethiopian has a very interesting culture. Because you got Ethiopia, then you got Eritrea, and all that other stuff like that. Eritrea is the part of Eritrea. No. Eritrea is the northern part of Ethiopia.
Eritrea is not in Ethiopia.
No, Eritrea is a part of Ethiopia.
Nigga,
you need a history lesson?
Is not in fucking Ethiopia.
Do you need a history lesson?
Ethiopia,
do you need a history lesson?
Eritrea is not in Ethiopia.
No, Eritrea.
Eritrea?
Yes, Eritrea.
Eritrea?
This guy, Aretha Franklin. So anyways, so we've had Johnny Juice. We've had Johnny Juice tune in. So right now, if you're watching the joint, right here, check this out. This is the first female of Universal Collective right there. If you're watching the joint, Ty B, I had to do it. Shout out to Ty B.
Go to the YouTube page, man.
Island. Yo, make sure you look up Ty B. Finesse the plug. Yo, Ty B finessing all kinds of plugs. So back to what we were saying. So we're in the presence of like a lot of like greatness and everything in this conversation because Cesar Camachi from the Justice League has been tuning in. Johnny Juice from Public Enemy's tuning in.
Yo, Cesar, go subscribe to the YouTube page, bro.
Yeah, good. And you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to the homie. He's tuned in again. Hands On from Shaolin. Hands On Music. Make sure you check out Hands On, HANZ on, and make sure you check out the PLO joint. He's got a bunch of albums coming out. Yeah, man, he did a lot of production on the Meth Lab, the first Meth Lab album. He's on like 11 out of 18 songs, and we did a Chopp Shop interview with him from the Meth Lab studio in Shaolin. So shout out to Hands On and his whole team. You know what I'm saying? So K Bizzle, you are like you're in your late 30s, whatever, the 40. You're older. So you came from Compton. So your part of where you were from in Compton, what was the nationality of the people that lived there?
Well, in my neighborhood, I'm from Tuki's neighborhood.
Oh, so A-Trey hood.
Yeah. So,
A-Trey gangster hood.
And then, I growing up and going to Compton Swap Meet.
Yeah.
Easy mama lived around the corner from me back then.
Yeah.
This was like back like 85, 86. So I was young. My older brothers, they was a little bit older.
We got 30 seconds.
That's the neighborhood I came from. Ain't been there in years, but that's where I came from.
Yeah. So but I'm saying, so your neighborhood, was predominantly a African American neighborhood. Well, A-Trey, first of all.
No. It actually wasn't because you had the essays back in the 80s too. So they was in.
And it was always bigger than the A-Trays.
Mexicans dominated.
Yo, we got 5 seconds.
Ready?
4, 3, 2, 1. You ready?
Yep, got it. So we live with K Bizzle from the Universal Collective. We were talking about how he is of African and Puerto Rican descent, and we're talking about him being from Compton, California. So back in the 80s, so the neighborhood was a mixture of Mexican and
blacks. And then like outskirts, you had like I say around like Bellflower, Paramount Street, Linwood.
Linwood.
Outside.
But that's getting
like white guys too.
Yeah.
So I went to a mixed school.
But you lived in like where you lived at, where you're describing.
It was majority black.
Yeah, but I'm saying where you were describing though, like I'm not from Cali and I don't pretend to be an expert, but just from my like my knowledge of that.
The boulevard split at the east and west.
Yeah, so you got so right there where you was at, that I'm saying, but me and my geographical knowledge of things.
I live in between Pyru.
Yeah.
And on the other side of Compton Boulevard in my hood.
Yeah.
That's where
yeah, A-Trays.
Whatever neighborhood you was actually born in, that's what you was going to be.
Yeah, they ask you, I mean, in California, a lot of times when they be like where you from? Yeah, where you from, cuz, or whatever, in Cali, because I've been out to Cali a lot, you know what I'm saying, as a youth, and I lived in Cali and have a lot of family that is from that neighborhood. Well, that neighborhood, you were saying, a lot of my family is actual A-Trays. So, like, a lot, it's crazy because, like, being in California, like, if you say, like, if you try to say, like, yo, what you bang, cuz, or blood, or whatever, and you try to say, nothing, the next question in California during those days is, really, if you try to say you're from somewhere, what they really ask, I don't know, they don't say where to go to school. They don't say this. No. They say, where's your grandmama stay? You know what I'm saying? Some cats will be like, where's your grandmother stay? Like, where does you know what I'm saying?
Who know you?
Where's your lineage? Yeah. So growing up during that time and being in there and being in LA. But anyways, during that time growing up and over there being in a black hood.
So, how you left California when you was young?
I left Cali right before the LA ride. Right before.
He picked a good time to leave.
I didn't want to go to no Detroit, Michigan. Man, what's wrong with you?
That's not from, bro. What's wrong with you?
No. D-Town is a beautiful city.
I was born in the D.
You know,
Other than the fact,
it's a damn why this city like this. My dad born and raised in Detroit.
you know what I said about Detroit being there? I feel like Detroit. I felt like Detroit was like
I was born in Detroit. I moved away from Detroit when I was 1 year
What part are you
old.
from in Detroit?
East.
the black part. The black part.
Yeah, East side. You know what I mean?
He's an East.
I moved away from Detroit when I was 1 year old, and I moved to Brooklyn.
So Detroit really didn't have much of an influence
So
on
I
you.
grew up in Brooklyn and shit.
D-Town is 90% black city.
So when fifth grade came around, middle school, I went back to Detroit for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up in New York. I grew up in Brooklyn. Majority, Brooklyn is my home. You know what I mean? That's why I learned everything in Brooklyn.
You have other ties to Brooklyn
But
too, right?
when I went to Detroit,
Brooklyn.
it's the same type atmosphere in a way, but it's a whole different environment. You know what I mean? So that's the reason I'm the person I am right now.
It gives you part of your definition of character.
Yeah, I was a New York nigga. New York niggas stayed off.
You can't even compare New York City
to Detroit.
But to be fair, wait, hold on. But to be fair,
This is my point.
You cannot.
My point is, I grew
New
up.
York is a different level. Detroit, it ain't no city like New York
This is what I'm saying. This is my point.
that I've been to in the
Detroit-
United States.
Detroit is my heart. Detroit is my blood.
For
Yeah.
sure. For
This is
sure.
what-
I moved to New York when I was a kid. So I learned.
My mother's from Brooklyn, man.
So
You ain't telling me nothing.
So what I'm saying, I learned.
I'm Rican, so
I
she's
learned.
Brooklyn.
I'm a Detroit nigga at heart, but I learned Brooklyn. I grew up as a
yeah,
Brooklyn nigga.
and the teens, yeah.
I didn't know nothing else.
Yep.
As 1 year old, from 1 year old to fucking fifth grade, I grew up in Brooklyn.
So that was your upbringing.
That's all I knew.
But
You know what I mean?
say that about me
So,
as well,
but-
leaving Cali, leaving Compton, but I'm influential.
This is what I'm
You know
saying.
what I'm saying? I'm
This is what
still
I'm saying.
influential. It's like,
So when I left New York and went to Detroit, it's the same aggression, the same struggle. It's a whole different.
He's trying to say basically it's the same. It's different, but the environment. But listen. But anyways. But listen. But what I'm saying is I don't want to cut y'all off. But that is a little bit. Yeah. But I'm saying. But that I agree with that. No. But I'm saying. But I agree with that. But we need to rotate it back to the primary point. And the primary point is where did you spend your teenage years?
my teenage years.
I just want to know the location. I don't want you to go. Hold up, okay? Because because we're running out of time. I want to transition. I don't want to go into a lengthy story. I just want to know where did you spend where would you say your teen environment upbringing was? Just give me a location. That's all I need. Give me a location.
I'm gonna say West Side of Detroit.
All right, so West Side Detroit, which is predominantly black, right?
West Side Detroit got good neighborhoods and they got.
But you grew up in the black end. But to bring it back to the conversation, because I'm the guy that brings it back.
Puritan, Indiana.
Boomerang.
That's good.
So boomeranging it back to the conversation because I'm the guy that does that. I'm trying to bring it back. We don't want to go. We don't want to go into a dissertation. Well, hold up. But wait. No, but listen. We don't want to go into dissertation in Detroit, but there's time for that. What I want to basically is you growing up, right? To bring it back to the conversation and boomerang it back. You growing up, right? Did you go to school with all black kids or white and black kids?
In Cali, I went to school.
No, in Detroit.
In Detroit, it was dominantly black.
All right, so but you did interact with white kids.
Not in Detroit.
So the word when you were growing up in Detroit, the word
White kids in Detroit crazy.
the word nigga.
The white kids in Detroit across 8 Mile.
Right.
Yeah. So but what I'm saying is,
10 miles.
in the school where you were from,
They on 9 Mile now.
in the school where you were from, that was predominantly black. To bring it back, the word nigga was prevalent, right? They used it every day, right?
Not white kids. Not in my generation.
There was no white kids. They would get murdered.
Yeah, but there wasn't. We established
They
that.
got murdered.
They got murdered.
So you, somebody who's, and you're somebody who knows, we're not going into history, but you also know about different levels of incarceration. So being incarcerated and different things like that and different levels, where do you feel white people, have you experienced a lot of white people using the N-word? Like not in a racial sense, but in the sense like we've been talking.
Both ways.
So speak on that a little bit and where you were at and what was that experience? Because that's really what we're trying, that's the point of this.
All right. In my generation, I'm just telling you my age. I'm 37.
I'm 38.
So
If there's any single ladies out there in that region.
single ladies out there, fuck me.
I'm 38. I like
K Bizzle is available. He is available.
I like Chinese buffets.
Just make sure, make sure you tell me your zodiac sign, son.
Pisces.
Oh.
Pisces.
spicy.
And you know, Spanish people like to eat the fish.
Bacalao.
I give him that one. I give him that one. I give him that. I just started though. I had to learn it.
From the scratch.
That's
a whole nother story, though. See, that's a whole. But that's a whole nother story.
I don't need the talk. So I had to learn it.
So have you had a lot of experience with white people using the word nigga, like what's up, my nigga?
I'm gonna give you an incident when I was in the joint. It was a white dude I was cool with. He was actually from Ben Harbor. From Ben Harbor, Michigan, by G Rapping.
Is that like a white area or?
Yeah, you get Grand Rapids, Battle Creek, Lansing, Michigan. All
okay,
that.
Lansing,
like
I know that.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Ann Arbor is near Detroit, so we're gonna call that.
That's a little more north, close to Canada, right?
Detroit is next door to Canada.
Yeah, it's right there. But
Like 45 minutes away from
this white kid one time, we was kicking it. We kicked it about a year. We in the joint, you know what I mean? Kicked about a year.
I'm sorry, just real quick. In the joint, there was at certain places were the people segregated? Because here in Rhode Island is different than other places.
Michigan is not segregated in Michigan.
Okay,
like that, in the joint.
Because in Cali, it is.
Cali, it is.
Like blacks, they were blacks.
Choose.
Yeah, you got to choose.
New York is.
Yeah.
New York is.
Where I just got out of in Pennsylvania, you got to choose a clique.
Yeah.
I'm the type. I ain't.
Was it by race or by like gang affiliation or?
You see, me, I'm a different person. You're not gonna tell me what to do.
Understood.
So I was like that. So I was always a strong-minded dude. I'm not following you because of this. My mom taught me that I was black, but my mom also taught me love who you are. So my mom instilled in me from birth, love who you are.
Different
you know what I'm
things,
saying? So I'm black and Puerto Rican. You don't like it, I don't care.
You're a Black Rican.
I'm Black and Rican. If you don't like it, I don't care.
You're like, fuck
if
you.
got something to say about it, then we knuckle it up and see who wears this Wu-Tang back.
So back to the I like that. I like how you dropped that. You've been
like
paying
that?
attention. Yeah, you've been paying attention.
You
Like I
like
dropped
that?
that. So but back to it. Tell us the story about. So now you're in a institution in where now? You talk about the white dude. They're having the conversation.
All right, this was in Michigan.
This is a federal penitentiary?
No, this state. I did all state twice.
Yeah.
This state. This was in Adrian, Michigan. Matter of fact, Adrian Correctional Facility, which I hate all them racist people.
Is this like in a real rural white area?
Yes, and it's very, very racist with.
Yeah, because all the people were. Okay, so the guy, the way he was white.
Well, he came to me. We kicked it. I ain't never threw up the word nigga to him. Nothing like that, but he hear me all the time with the homies, you know what I mean? Like, what up, my nigga? Yeah, what's up? What's good? Oh, for sure, my nigga, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he was being involved with it, so he had the assumption that, okay, my other niggas let me do it, is K-Biz gonna let me do it. And I liked it to do.
You feel like he was testing the waters?
Like, So we was tight, but one day I was like, yo, and at that time, I was actually on some conscious shit. Rotating with the FOIs at the time.
Through the Islam.
Yeah,
so you like that. So you like how you brought
I
up
was getting Jews, and then I was learning from the 5% Nation guys and Earth in the joint. So I was getting this root instilled in me.
The
you know what I mean? Right. You know what I mean? So I was like,
you heard things in a different context now.
In a whole new different light.
You saw the mathematics in it.
Jews on me.
Yeah.
I got the knowledge. I'm getting conscious of it. You know what I mean? And he was like, one day he was like, yo, my nigga, you gonna call my sister for me?
Snuck it in here real quick.
I was like, yo, you call me.
He made sure you brought a shorty in there. Yeah.
Break your fucking jaw. And he was like, oh, what's up, man? Boom. And I felt bad after it. Because I didn't even explain, and it had nothing to do with him calling me a nigga.
You probably should have told him, yeah.
But I didn't like the word. I didn't like white people calling me that. Even though I did. That's hypocritical.
Did white people in the Michigan prison institution, the ones that were not like Aryan Nation, the ones that were from the streets or whatever, maybe implants from New York or whatever, did they use the word amongst themselves like nigga to white boys like incarcerated? Did they use it amongst themselves? Did you ever like, you know what I'm saying?
No, not in the joint. They get body for that. Like,
yeah,
you getting body for it. Anything
that's the real joint.
You can die
off the ACI.
Bar soap.
That's not the ACI. See, here we have the ACI.
A word like that.
Have you been to ACI?
Nah, I don't fly.
You're like a country club.
I don't know about every state.
No, I'm saying, have you ever been to ACI?
Here he's talking about in Rhode Island.
No. See, you know ACI is, so obviously never been there.
No,
it's different here than it is in ACI.
Every state is different. True enough.
No, see, like the jail that we have here is not actually like real jail.
I mean, shit does happen, but it's not like,
real jail, not real jail.
You talking about motherfuckers getting raped?
It's real jail. Like, what the fuck?
ACI. Listen, bro.
You mean mean it ain't G'd out no more. It's
no, I'm not saying no more.
It's watered down.
I'm saying like the jail in Rhode Island is watered down.
Okay.
The ACI is watered down. It's not like the jail in any other place. Like you go to Rikers.
You know how on Rikers Island every hour or 3 hours there's a check for knives?
Blink your eye.
Yeah.
Niggas don't get shaked up in the ACI. You know what I mean?
Well, it depends what you're talking about because we have maximum security and we have different things like that.
Rikers down for a minute.
Well, Rikers Rikers Island every was it 3 hours? They do a knife check.
Rikers Island is
you know that, right?
Trying to get shut down.
You know that, right? What is it like every 3 hours?
No. The governor of Rhode Island is. I mean, the governor of Rhode Island. The governor of New York is trying to shut down Rikers Island. He's got
it's infected.
Yeah, back to that. But rotating it back, how do you feel about people of white descent using that word, but not in a racist sense, like somebody who?
Me personally, getting older and already conscious and aware of how the word derived from, what's the root of it. Yeah, it was pain, blah, 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 but it's a different culture now. So the culture is being United States citizen, you in a United States citizen culture. So people in this culture be like, yo, what's up, my nigga, even Asians and whatnot. So it's a cultural thing now. And it does come from hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of kids, don't know how to use it, how to express it, or use it in a different context.
They don't know.
It's basically ignorant about it. They're real ignorant about it. So if you drop Jews on them, because how do you run a nation? You teach the young seeds. So when you teach the young seeds and they know in their conscious there, they be like, yo, I'm not going to say nigga around here, you know I'm white. I ain't going to say nigga around because not only that, it could be disrespectful to this man, and this man. You know what I mean? It ain't right because of the root of it. The education comes first.
Right.
When you educate a seed and you teach him and you give him that, what he needs, then he's aware and conscious. He know what to do and how to do
Exactly.
how to move.
So he has no mental choice. He has knowledge of it.
We can't just hate on people if we're not educating them and teaching them. Like I think that, like, for instance, like if that same nowadays, how many years ago was an incident where the homeboy said that and you punched him? How many years ago?
I was like maybe 21, 22, so I was like stocky.
So we're talking like no, but I'm saying, but hold on, but the point I'm trying to make though,
because you was cool with the dude and you just felt like
it was my he
felt
my nigga. I love you, man. My bad.
He said shout out to my white nigga.
Knee-jerk reaction.
It had to do with that because at that time, like I said, I was becoming black conscious.
Yeah.
But that's what's my whole thing though.
Slave.
That was my question. That was gonna be my question.
At the same time, you
I
felt
was
like
in a state of like, you my nigga, but you ain't gonna call me a nigga.
I know I think it was.
You know what I mean? That's how that was.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I slipped, and I apologize.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel like you was thinking like, yo, that's my dude. But I got to put hands on him to show him that it's not okay for everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though it's your guy.
And it also was that I didn't mention the background, which I'm not going to speak on. It was the background as well.
Yeah.
It was just at the wrong time, at the wrong place. If he would have probably did it, he was like in the cell or something, be like, yo, you know, I might be calling that now. You know.
You get in front of him.
Did you feel like because did you feel like because the eye was on you?
He felt like he can use that point in time to.
He just did it in the background.
But do you feel like because there were other people around, you had to make a statement like that?
I had to. It wasn't no choice.
Was your reaction? Now that was many years ago.
Because before I reacted, I kind of like put like. You know what I mean?
Maybe he wasn't catching the signals though.
No, he knew he was testing for 2 years.
He was testing the waters.
So he was, I feel like this nigga really testing. Oh, okay.
So would your reaction now, you being in your late 30s, would your reaction be that same way now?
No, not at all.
And why is that?
Oh, it depends on the situation, and because I'm older, I'm a little more mature, I'm wiser.
You would have been 2 piece.
And I'm an
idiot. You do 1 piece. You do 1 piece. You'd be like one of these.
I ain't slow, man.
You might just throat chop him. So
yeah, I ain't slow.
So how do you feel like as somebody who's been behind the wall and now we all
been behind the wall.
Yeah, man. but he's
I've done that.
I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to put. I'm only gonna let you say. I don't want to say all your personal information, but I just want to say that you've been behind the wall a long time. And I'm sure that you're coming home and you're seeing a world where like it is. Like we got, it's a very different world.
I'm going to be honest with you. When I did 14 years straight.
14 years straight.
14 years straight. From
what was it like? Let me ask you one question.
I'm about to tell you.
When you got sentenced,
He just wants to bring up Detroit again.
I know.
When you got sentenced with that,
don't he got to pee again?
There might be. He wants to tinkle.
Oh, he got to tinkle.
I got one money.
They don't tinkle in Detroit.
When you got hit with them years, like what was that initial feeling like?
I'm about to buy something. What's going on around here? What did I do?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, when you hear numbers like that, and then you actually go in and do them numbers, it really tempers with you.
Well, the length of time affects your mentality. Like if you knew you were going in there and doing 6 months and could get out if you stayed out of trouble, would you have that same reaction?
Yeah.
To the white dude, you might not have that same reaction. Not calling you like, oh, you.
Back then, like I explained earlier, back then I was a little more wilder. I was like, and plus I was on a level where if you don't respect me, I'm gonna take mine. Because in this environment, it's belly of the beast.
Yeah, but you know you're doing 14 years. I'm saying if you're doing 6 months, right, you could put your head under the radar. 14 years, you know shit's real.
I did the 14 years because of the shit that I was doing in prison, and that's what led me to do them 14 years.
No good time.
That's some deep dark stuff right here. I don't want to go deep.
We could do that another interview.
You know what I mean?
The dark.
I'm gonna say this: in 2006, my 10th year, I sat on my bunk in my cell and I put on Sade. You know what I mean? I put on Sade. That's my favorite.
Cherish the day. You won't go astray.
I had the best of. You hear me? But listen, I put on Sade and I sat there and I smoked the square. And I was like, you know what, man? This ain't me, man. This ain't me. I was 26. This ain't me, man. What am I doing here? Like, why am I here? What am I doing wrong? Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. Violent. That's all it was. I did 2 years in the hole.
That's a long time.
I'm talking about being sprayed.
That's a long fucking time.
Marquette, Michigan. You know what I'm talking about.
That's a long time, yo.
The Klux Klan land.
Yeah, that's a long time.
You know that. I'm talking.
He grew up in Klan country. We're not talking about Wu-Tang.
Woo! I'm talking about, listen, man, I ain't seen some. Woo!
So before we go, like I said, before I turn to that, we have a certain amount of time. We want to go back to Petey. But the focus, is there any last?
We 10 minutes over.
I know, but we're still going. But I'm just saying. But I wanted to know, was there any before? Because I wanted to get some more commentary from Petey because he came here to talk. Was there any last words you wanted to put on this whole subject of us talking about white people using the N-word and everything? Was there any like last words you wanted to say on it?
Well, honestly, people have their own opinions and thoughts and feelings. So I respect everybody as long as everybody respect each other. So it's respect around the board. It just depends how you approach the situation, how you accept the situation, you know what I mean, and things in that nature. So it's whatever you feel. If it's not on no disrespectful level and stuff like that, or you have this certain specific mind state, then that's just you. Ain't nobody gonna change you. Yeah, they can show you insight, but they gonna take that insight.
With that being said, I posted it on Facebook. I posted a meme, and it said, "If you cheat on me and my homeboys are gonna jump your mom." I'm paraphrasing. It's like me and my homeboys gonna jump your mom.
Say what?
That sound like an East Side.
So you want to do that?
I didn't.
Now we're back on that Detroit shit.
Pete. I didn't write the meme. I just shared it.
You co-signed it.
I thought it was funny.
I didn't write it. I just reposted it.
I thought it was
That's
funny.
plausible deniability.
So somebody was heated about that actual post. Like, yo, I've been a victim of domestic violence and this and that. And I think that was like insensitive.
Why her daughter cheating on somebody?
I know. That's no shit. Like that was my thing. Like it's so silly. It's silly as hell. Like that's like me saying, "Oh, you cheat on me, yo, G's, let's go jump my mom. Let's go beat her mom up." Like it's so ridiculous. It's funny, but the person was so adamant about.
They thought you meant it.
I don't even know. I'm like, yo, I just thought it was funny.
But some people, here's the thing is that everybody's on a different level of sensitivity. You know what it is? Like I said, when I put up the post, what started this whole conversation was me seeing a video of these, what I perceived as, which I'm not trying to offend anybody, but my perception was white girls coming from a very urban environment. I mean, unurban environment, and they were dropping the N-word, not in a racial sense, but yeah, nigga, I'm chilling. You know, niggas be, yeah, they were like niggas be chilling, nigga, but they were overdoing it, And the reason why I started this whole conversation, and I'm about to flip it, right, like, and we want to transition. You can still comment. No, hold on. You can still comment. But hold on. I want to end it. I want to end it with Petey. I just want to say that my whole issue with this was that I personally, being somebody who's triracial, which Cash says doesn't exist, right? White, black, and Latino. I have relatives that are Haitian black. I have relatives that are white, like Irish white with blonde hair, blue eyes. I have
Judah.
I have like my son. I have a black, white, and a Spanish, you know what I'm saying, child. And I know what blacks, whites, and Spanish people say when nobody else is around. So I have a distinct experience that somebody that's not of mixed culture would have. And my issue with the whole using the word is that I wasn't judging anybody. It was more like a rhetorical question. But my issue is that I've personally seen, not all, and I'm not saying all people, but I've seen white people who grew up more around hip hop, who listen to hip hop, who identify with hip hop culture, be like, yo, what up, my nigga? But then a black person will cut them off and they'll use the ER word. And that was my issue. And that's why I brought up this whole conversation. And I just wanted to bring it back to, so Petey. So, by the way, Petey, your name is Petey Pegleg, and where does that name come from?
Well, actually, for years I was a battle MC in the city from the 90s.
Of Providence.
Yeah, for that battle MC in Providence from the 90s. My name was Cyanide for the longest time, actually, from about 95, 94, 95.
He was the first Cyanide.
Who knows? I never copyrighted nothing. I looked, so I had lost my leg in around 2004.
And how did you? Because a lot of people didn't realize. I don't want to I'm not trying to exploit it, but you did walk in here and you really only have one leg. People didn't realize that.
Yeah, I'm not Petey Pegler, I'm just Pete. Nah, but I had lost my leg at work in a forklift accident. Got crushed between a forklift and a concrete post. And a few years later, I was doing, all I did was battle rap on the internet because I couldn't do much else while I was healing up and getting used to walking again. And I Googled myself one day because I didn't copyright nothing. And I found a Cyanide in Brooklyn, found a Cyanide in like Detroit, found a Cyanide over in Massachusetts. It was a Cyanide.
Yeah, we interviewed Cyanide from Massachusetts.
Yeah, Cyanide metal bands from Germany. I know Cyanide from Massachusetts. That's my dude.
Okay, good dude.
I think my name is Cash. My name is fucking Cash everywhere.
He's from Detroit, if anybody didn't know.
Friends, and I was like, this name, I need something more individualized. And we started talking around, and someone just spit out, "Hey, Petey Pegleg." Oh shit, that's catchy. All right, cool.
Do you actually have a prosthetic leg? Because I've seen you before, and this is the first time I've seen you I've seen you.
Yeah, my knee busted. I can't use my prosthetic right now. I don't think I'll be healed up soon, but yeah, it's what it is. It's where the name derives from. So
How was it initially when you first lost your leg? What do you go through?
Well, at
what
first,
was your thought process?
At first, in the accident, I almost died. I lost just enough blood not to die. I had several trims.
You were borderline, huh?
Yeah. It was about 10-15 minutes before anybody even found me in the accident. And an hour before I.
It was a machine, like a machine.
Stand up,
yeah.
3-ton forklift.
Yeah.
Once that go up 30 feet, 40 feet. Yeah.
It just came down to your leg.
No. I was driving the forklift and I hit a patch of ice. The forklift slipped and I almost came off it, my whole body. But I managed to pull myself in back by the steering wheel. And my leg was still outside the forklift. If
you didn't pull yourself in, you probably would have died, right?
Concrete post.
But if you didn't pull yourself in, you would have died. Okay. So initially, do you feel pain or you go into shock?
It was massive shock. Yeah, I was losing. The amount of blood on the floor was astounding. I should have been dead.
So initially, did you think that I lost my leg, I'd rather die, or I'm happy to be alive?
I was happy to be alive. I went through several self-esteem issues over the years, especially when in a horribly abusive marriage right after that shit.
So you got married with your current wife after?
My ex.
No, he said abusive. She's the ex.
No, what I'm saying is you got married to your current wife after your accident.
Me and my current wife, we've been together since 2012. So this happened 8 years before that, and I was married to another chick for all that.
So you were like you were white and what people would consider handicapped and being in hip hop during the 90s. Like that had
No, I was. This happened in 2004.
Oh, that happened. Oh yeah, okay. So before.
Battling back then.
Oh, okay, all right.
But I did come back after the accident. And I was like when the black rep moved over to Westminster.
Yeah.
First that Christopher Johnson was hosted. Yeah. Me and my brother would. I used to go on stage in my prosthetic. Actually, I was funny about it. I'd wear cut off khakis and I would wrap spike collars around my prosthetic all the way down and spit like that.
Have you ever had to whack anybody with the prosthetic leg? I'm being an honest question.
No. Well, I've never had to hit anybody with a prosthetic.
Because I would.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of hard because it's a tactic. If I got it on, I'd friend people with it. Like I would leave my leg in your ass and hop away. What
was that? You ever watch that grind? You know what grindhouse is, right?
I'd be like, I come from a little town in Providence called.
That was actually hot.
No, but the grindhouse movie. They had the Grindhouse movies. They had a movie with the chick, and she had like a machine gun on her prosthetic leg. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she was.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
What up, fool?
If you could trade the prosthetic for a machine gun, would you?
No, I gotta look.
Right.
I would trade. You know what I get jealous of? Me and my wife were watching iRobot the other day, and I was jealous of Will Smith and that because he seen this shit. His shit was all metal with it.
Yeah.
It was.
So like after you after you had your injury with your first wife and shit, and you guys fell apart.
Yeah.
Did you feel like that there'll be somebody that would accept you? Did you feel like
For a long time, no, and that's where she kind of my ex-wife was actually a clinical sociopath.
Wait. What does that mean?
Sociopath?
No, I know what nobody has no emotion. That's what we call a psycho these days.
Yeah.
Like you used to say psycho.
So after you left her, after you left her, and you were single for a long time.
No, that's different.
I get
Same thing. Psycho.
Well, I was so damaged by the marriage, and she turned my self-esteem into shit.
That was before you actually had your injury.
No, I would say that again.
That was before you had your injury, right? When you broke up with your first wife, you didn't have an injury yet.
Yeah, I did. I was married. My injury happened in 2004. I got married to her like 4 months later.
Yeah. So he.
So he was the original wife.
Yeah, the one during when you got to that.
The original wife, and then you had the injury. And were you single when you originally had your injury? Like,
No,
was it point in time you had the injury?
My original wife was. I married her 6 months after the injury.
Yeah, so that was an
okay.
That was a first point. So she was basically with you, but she was basically with that. So how did you feel about coming back to because we got to bring it back to the circle before we end this. How did you feel about coming back into hip hop, being that you had that handicap? Like, do you feel
it was like the only thing I had left because I was an athlete and I was a blue collar worker on my way to a profitable future. I was working in a warehouse, I was working all that, but I was still making 40 G's a year.
And you still need 2 legs. You still need 2 legs. No, but I'm saying, but you still need 2 legs at one point with that.
Yeah. So after the injury, obviously my self-esteem and my confidence and everything took a shot, but music was the only thing I still had. I was still in a seat. That was all I had. So I actually deeper into music.
So it basically, in a sense, it brought you that thing, and you know what? That's a powerful. And you know what? We're gonna pause that part of the conversation. We're gonna pause part of the conversation. You just gave me the inspiration that we're gonna have a future episode because we've had Young Gotts on here from Protecting Records, and he's in a wheelchair. He's shout out to Young Gotts from New Jersey, Protecting Records.
I know where you go with that.
So we're gonna come back with and
essentially when people explain how music actually
save their life physically.
Because we had guests on this show. I was gonna say his name.
No, we can say his name. He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
We had
Mo Better.
We had an artist on our show named Mo Better. One of my favorite guests.
And you know what he said on air? You know what he said on air?
He said that as a kid he was kidnapped and raped by 2 guys.
Molested. And he used to listen to hip hop to to escape it.
Yeah.
And we're not saying anything he said in private. Like, we discussed this with him. He said this publicly. But we're going to do a future. That's a future Chop Shop episode.
That's a good idea.
That's going to be a future subject. But to round it all back, you, before the injury, before all of that, going back to you being a white person coming up in the 90s, how do you feel about the current stance of white people overusing the word nigga as a hip hop greeting or saying what up? Like, because that's really what it's all about.
I said earlier, and I really say why that is that we when people hated you because that's like every other a lot of times people like that was actually the scene that Eminem was part of in that movie was actually very reminiscent of what it actually was.
Right.
You would I was one of the only who doing it. There were other dudes.
But yeah, at the time you used the minority.
More influent to.
Doing it at the same time was like, you know what I'm saying, like a unicorn dancing on a rainbow.
Right.
You know, it just didn't, you didn't see it that often.
Right.
So that's coming from that, you know, when as hard as we had to earn our respect, it's incredibly offensive because we never did.
Right.
We would not. I would not have made it out the building if I spit that during a battle
Yeah, at that
in
point
the
in time.
mid-90s.
Yeah, it's going down. Word up, man. So with that being said, man, you know, shout out to everybody that came through, everybody that watched the show, you know what I mean, and everybody, the young crowd that listened to what the fuck we was talking about, use that word, you know what I mean? You know, I ain't gonna tell, I don't say nigga. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in this mother, my niggas. You know what I'm saying? James, my niggas. Everybody, my niggas. You know what I mean? So, I'm really with the first my show. And yeah, where you were, you know, nigga Slim, my nigga Slim, right now, he got the pass to use the word nigga with me. But has the word, he might have had the pass to use the word. He might have had a pass to use the word with my other niggas. You know, they might put hands on him. You know what I mean? So, be aware.
No, we got it.
You did got it. You know what I'm saying? Be aware of what you know.
Your surrounding.
As crazy as they sound, use the word love. You know what I mean? Like,
Nigga,
the so for how that sound, use the word nigga love. You know what I mean?
You gotta get him that cat.
Word nigga love.
I think he just means like
ignorant. That nigga. No, the word. When they say the word nigga is the same word nigga. No. I keep going. We don't talk like white folks. Let me be back for you. Let me explain something.
Where you going, nigga?
Check this out.
We don't talk like that.
The word nigga,
Same word.
the word nigga, Nigel, actually means king in some African dialects.
Which one?
Because
There's a whole bunch of them.
In some African dialects, the word nigga,
Ethiopian dialect, even if you want to go back to the
Yeah, show me that.
it means king.
Well, spell it again.
Nigel, nigga.
Like
Nigus. It's like no, it's like Nigus. It's like
I might be spelling that wrong. I might be wrong. But
you are.
I'll tell you this. The word nigga is actually was used by Africans.
it's like Nigus.
The word nigga back in the day before Africans was kidnapped and brought to this country, the word nigga was actually used as the word king.
Can we Google this?
Yeah, we can use
We have to look at that, but to shift the background go offline with that. So, Pete,
Yeah.
do you have any music projects or anything you wanted to plug before we get out of here?
Absolutely. I got my first solo mixtape coming out probably by the end of the year. It's called Grown Folks Music. It is it's epic with true stories. I don't do this front and shit. I talk about women I don't fuck, about money I don't have, cars I don't drive, drugs I don't deal, shit I don't do. That's not my thing. The whole thing is peppered with true story tracks and very technical lyrical tracks like that. It's me and Kellen's my partner in crime on this. DJ Kellen's going to be hosting the whole thing. Lady Ruck, John Gotham, C Money and Spark all making guest appearances as DJs. Swan Miles, Fliz, and possibly Meta P are appearing, as well as my Dome Spitter crew, Misery, Character, and Uncle Dome. Much love. That's to shout out everybody possible that's involved. Obviously, my wife Tony's gonna be on that shit singing because she's got an album dropping this year too. I'm excited because that confidence that was crushed during my first marriage early on as an artist.
Find what if he wants a breakdance battle?
Then I'll grab my crutches and I'll do some shit. You stop. You just
Pop it off and go right over head.
I do some crazy shit sometimes. I got experience.
That's it, though. Man, we appreciate you for go ahead. Go ahead.
I can let y'all hit the acapella version. I love, and this is a classic example. I need it acapella because it's a true story track, and I want people to hear the content and understand that it's true. It starts off. It's like, I got no heat. I got no fridge. I got this house with these cockroaches, and I got this shower, but it doesn't work. I'm feeling like a jerk because I got no heat. I got no fridge. I just lost my whip in this accident, and it's just up and jacked my license. Yo, I'm about to fucking bug because I don't like this. I got no heat, and it's cold for the sea. Less than 36 degrees. About to burn the streets. What? It's no joke. It's vicious in the I got no heat, I got no fridge, I got this house with these cockroaches, and I got this shower, but it doesn't work. I be sitting here for hours feeling like a jerk, cause I got no heat, I got no fridge, just lost my whip in this accident, and it's just up and jacked my license. Yo, I'm about to fucking bug cause I don't like this. I got no heat, no fridge, no gas, can't believe that. We froze from my nose to our toes, just to recap. Gonna find my landlord, kick him in his kneecaps, and zero embellishment. Here, I speak facts. It's reason in this house when you breathe to see a cloud of air leaving your mouth. It's hard not to think about when you got yourself a family. You want to keep them warm in the middle of a storm with a space heater on. And a hustle, hopping fucking with the lock. Just got bailed on a charge from these motherfucking cops. And what's socket, they can suck a cock. First, yes, I gotta move out into another spot. Bring me back to Providence, please. The rotten police obviously got problems repeat. They're targeting me. I'm real tense, I gotta leave, so I'm let this drop in me. And I got no heat, I got no fridge, I got this house with these cockroaches, and I got this shower, but it doesn't work. I'm sitting here, I was feeling like a jerk, cause I got no heat, I got no fridge, I just lost my whip in this accident, and this just like this.
It's hard.
It's not about
Radio. Because next week,
NGR is God in ancient Egypt.
Yo, I know that. All right. Yo, I remember I ain't had nothing. They stuck me. For the key, every day I'm hustling. Posted a block with team. Visualize me dollar team. 6 figures used to be a dream. Now I spend one team. Woo! Let me go again. I remember I ain't had nothing. Every day struggling. Cop the quarter key. Now every day I'm hustling. Posted on the block with the team. Visualizing $1 million schemes. 6 figures used to be a dream. Now I'm spending money. Now I'm spending money because I love the finer things. Sweet on the Bentley when I pull up on the scene. Ice stay folds, multicolored diamonds, ice cream. Yeah, nigga, your girl love my swag. Bring it back to the past, show her how I live. Rack some racks, party every day like weed.